You ready for the tier list? So, welcome everybody to my 10.1 solo shuffle tier list. Alright, so we're going to make a tier list right now based on the current patch 10.1. In the next patch, we'll make an updated one. But this is just going to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's good in solo shuffle and what isn't. So if you want to climb rating or something like that, you can maybe play one of these classes. Or, you know, if you want to play in hard mode, you can play one of the other classes. Like Death Knight, kind of. So, yeah. Let's get right into this thing, though. So we're just going to start and do it in order here. So we got Blood Death Knight. So as far as tanks go, it's gonna go C, okay? I never see them one singular time. They're not good. It's just the way it is. Next thing we got here is Frosty K. So we're also gonna put the Frosty Ks in C tier because they're pretty bad. Realistically in threes, they have like one good comp. But we're speaking about solo shuffle right here, and solo shuffle is what we're talking about now, so we'll focus on that. But in solo shuffle, they're not that good. In melee lobbies, they're going to do well, but in caster lobbies, it's going to be miserable. So it's pretty queue dependent. You can make it work to an extent, but yeah, it's going to be very queue dependent, and it's not going to be the most fun time. So the next thing we have here is Unholy Death Knight. So this is what I main right now, and always, basically. So we're gonna put this at C tier, okay? Just see, you got the unholy trinity right here. All the Death Knight specs in C tier, where Blizzard likes them. Anyways, so unholy, it feels like a lot of lobbies are really punishing. Sometimes you can play perfectly and still lose, which is why I think it's C tier. You don't really have very many good lobbies, it feels like. Like, you can do good in lobbies, but you don't really have good lobbies, right? Like, Ret Paladin caster lobbies are really hard for you. Warrior caster lobbies are really hard for you. And full caster lobbies are really hard for you. And that's about 90% of the lobbies. So, and then you add in the fact that they nerfed the MMR. So, if you're queuing at rank 1 rating, you can still be queuing with really, like, significantly lower XP healers. And Unholy is a really damp spec. So, if you're playing with 1600 healers at rank 1 rating, it's kind of hard to make the game go the distance to where you win sometimes. So it's pretty rough in the meta, and I would put that at C tier for sure. Last season, at the start of the season, we would have put that at S plus tier. Even after the nerfs, I still would have put it at A plus, S minus. But right now, it is in a miserable state. So let's go to the next one here. Demon Hunter. I think Demon Hunters are... I think they're decent. I think they're decent. They're rough maybe with all the casters, but they do a lot of damage. They have a lot of instant CC, which is what's needed to succeed in solo shuffle. So I would put them at A, maybe B plus, but I'd say A. Next class, we have Tank. We're just going to put this in D because I've literally never seen one of these in solo shuffle one time. So let's go ahead and throw that at D. Boomkin. They just got nerfed. I would have put them S plus, but even after the nerfs, I think they're still like S minus. So I would put the Boomies at S minus. I've been getting terrorized with them. They got taken down a lot by the nerfs. Before the nerfs, I would have said they were legit the best class in the game, but yeah, so. Alright, the next class we have here, guys, is Feral Druid, which I don't think Feral Druids are doing too hot. But I don't think they're doing as bad as Death Knights. I could be wrong, but I would put them at B tier, okay? I don't think they're super hot, but I don't think they're GK bad, but... remember, guys, this is solo shuffle. In threes, I actually don't think Unholy is C tier. I would put it to like B plus tier. So, Guardian Druid. Again, we're going to put that down. Honestly, we're just going to put all the tanks here because I literally never see them and they're capped off at like 1600. So, yeah, we're going to put the tanks in D tier. Let's see. Next, we got Resto Druid. Resto Druid. Honestly, I don't think Druids are the craziest right now. I would put them at B tier. Actually, we're going to put Resto Druid at... It's hard to say. When you compare it to like Mistweaver and Holy Priest, nah, we're going to put Resto Druid at B tier. Might be cooked, but pressing on. Okay, we have Devastation Evoker. So Devastation Evoker does a shit ton of damage. They seem decent in solo shuffle. I don't think they're S plus tier or anything, but I do think in solo shuffle they are. It's between A and B, I'd say, but we're gonna put them at A honestly because you have a lot of one-shot potential. It's annoying because you don't have a DK to peel for you or anything like that. But all right, Preservation Evoker. We're gonna go with A tier for the Pres Evokers right now. They're not as crazy as they were last season, like when they were pumping amazing damage and everything. So let's continue this tier list. We are BM Hunter. I feel like BM Hunter is pretty good right now because there's so many casters and BM can kind of just let the pets kill. So I'm going to put BM at... Also, it got buffed recently. I'm going to put BM as S tier just because of how you can play in Solo Shuffle. Survival Hunter, I'm also going to put in S tier because I'm seeing a ton of Survival Hunters and they've been destroying. So Marksmanship, I don't think Marksman seems that good in Solo Shuffle. We're going to put Marksman at B tier. I don't think they're that crazy. I've only seen like really like none, honestly, and they don't do very well when I've seen them. Arcane Mage. I really haven't seen as many Arcane Mages as Season 1 either. We'll put Arcane Mage as B tier. I don't think Arcane's is devastating. I barely see any right now at all. So, Fire Mage. Fire Mage is either S or A. One of the two. We're going to go with... Honestly, there's not too many of them, but they are pretty good. They do a lot of damage. We'll go with A tier on this one. Honestly, I think in 10.5 it'll be S tier, but for now we're going to go with A. Frost Mage. I really don't see too many Frost Mages either. They're like as there used to be. So I think Frost Mage is probably like B tier right now. I like never see Frost Mages right now, even in 3s or anything at all. Yo, what's up, Millie? Okay, and the next one we have here is Mistweaver. Mistweaver, I put as S tier, okay? Mistweavers are insane. I play with Mistweaver in 3s, and it's just absolutely bananas. All right, bananas, guys. But in Solo Shuffle, they're also bananas. They slap a lot of classes. You can also Fistweave, which is broken as well. It's not as good as it was, but they're really good, I'd say. Brewmaster, I think as far as tanks go, I really never see them, but I'll put them into C because they did good. They did decent before. I really don't see them, though. Windwalker. I don't see very many Windwalkers either. But I don't think they're really that bad. We'll put Windwalker in B tier. I don't think they're anything special. I think they're all right, but... Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin. After Holy Paladin in 10.1. We're going to go with B tier. I don't think Holy Paladins are that insane at all. Really. Prot Paladin. Obviously, Prot Paladin will go with C tier for that one. Ret Paladin. So, obviously, they were S plus after the Ret Apocalypse. And then they got neutered down a bit. And now they're neutered down a bit more. But I feel like they are probably... They're between A and B. I would put them between A and B tier. I'm thinking I'm going to go with B tier right now. It's hard because I play a C tier class. So these classes, when I play them, they feel good to me. But if you play like an S tier class into these classes, they probably don't feel that good. All right, Disc Priest. I think Disc Priest is A tier right now. I think Disc is pretty decent healer at the moment. A tier for the Disc. And then Holy Priest. I actually am seeing a few Holy Priests as well. I think Holy Priest is A. So Holy Priest, Disc Priest, A. Shadow Priest, S tier. Shadow Priest, definite S tier. I've seen some Shadow Priests do the craziest shit, and they're also unkillable. They can do crazy damage too. Absolutely mild. Not mild, sorry. Absolutely large damage. Quite the opposite of mild, in fact. Spicy, rather, some would say. Assassination Rogue. I really don't see very many Assassination Rogues at all. They just got buffed, though. They did just get buffed, but I don't think they're any... yeah, they're not taking over or anything from what I've seen, but we'll put Assassination Rogue at B. It's between B or A for this, but I'm going to put it at B. All right, Sub-Rogue, S tier. Sub-Rogues are broken. They can one-shot you. If they know what they're doing, they can set up. They can carry the game themselves. Like, Sub-Rogues are insane right now. Outlaw Rogue, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've seen them do some crazy stuff, but again, I'm playing a Death Knight, so honestly, classes probably feel better than they are to me just because I'm playing the worst class, it feels like. All right, next up we have Elemental Shaman. I think Ele Shamans are good. Really good. Are they S tier good? I'm not sure. They're definitely A plus tier, but I think they are S tier. It's between S or A. You can choose. It's up to you. What do you guys think in the chat, guys? What do you think? S or A for Shaman? Enhanced Shaman. Before the nerf, I would have said S tier, but after the nerf, like the Doomwinds build is still really good. Don't get me wrong. The Doomwinds build is still really good, but I don't quite think they're S tier in solo shuffle anymore. I would put Enhanced Shaman as A tier. Restoration Shaman. I'm gonna put our Shaman at. I'd say they're like the same tier as Disc Priest, so we're gonna put Resto Shaman A tier. It doesn't really like what's the only S tier healer right now. It feels like is Mistweaver Monk, honestly. But all right, Affliction Warlock. I've seen these do. I've actually seen Affliction Warlock 6-0 lobby, and they do a lot of damage and stuff. They're not as crazy as some specs, but they definitely can do some stuff. But we're gonna put them at B tier because they're pretty squishy and they're not really. They have a lot of healing though. Don't get me wrong. They have a ton of healing, but I don't think they're. Well, it's between S and A for sure. Or sorry, it's between A and B, but I'm gonna go with B tier for the apps. Demo Warlock. I'm putting that S tier. I think Demo's. I really personally think Demo's S tier. I play with 1 in 3s. It's really good. It might be the class that makes our comp good, to be honest. They're good in solo shuffle. You just let your pets just PvE people down. I'm putting Demo as S tier. I'm also gonna put Destro as S tier. Even after the nerfs. Okay, before the recent nerfs, Destro definitely S tier. Not S tier. S plus tier. After the nerfs, it's definitely still S. Maybe probably like S minus though instead. Arms Warrior in solo shuffle. So remember, this is a solo shuffle tier list. Arms Warrior in solo shuffle. I'm still going to give it an S though, as far as melee goes, because Arms Warrior can play with legitimately like any class in the game, and it's a good comp. You know what I mean? Like Destro Arms, good. Demo Arms, good. Ellie Arms, good. SP Arms, good. Like all those things, they're all viable for Warrior. So that's why I think Warrior's S tier. It also just got buffed. So the fact that it's viable with everything freshly buffed, we're putting Arms Warrior in the S tier bracket. All right, quick intermission, guys. All right, so the last class we have here in the tier list for 10.1 is going to be Prot Warrior, which it goes into the tank tier of tanks that I've literally never seen one singular time in solo shuffle. And there you have it, guys, the 10.1 tier list. Remember, it's from a DK perspective, but let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this in the comments, but I think it's pretty accurate, I would say. So, yeah. Anyways, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/partywafflesx, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.